Good evening, all of you. So, as we know that in morning we have been studied the first two physical properties of metals. In that, what is the first physical property? Anybody? That is, metals are
Malleable.
means the sense of
Malleability.
we can beaten them. We can beaten them into
Into
what?
sheets.
Beaten them into
Sheets.
sheet.
Thin sheets.
The second property of metals is called as what? They are ductile in nature. Means in the sense of we can be drawn into thin wires. Is it yes or no?
Wire.
Thin
Yes,
wire.
sir.
Both best. What is the best malleable and ductile metal out of all the metals? What is the best out of all? What is the best metal?
Gold and
Sir,
silver.
copper.
So gold is the best highly malleable
Gold.
metal and as well as highly ductile metal also. Now we are going to study the third property, the third physical properties of metals. That is what we can say. Metals are what? Good conductors of heat. What is that? Metals are
Feet.
metals are good conductors of heat. Now, as we know that if you go to your kitchen, so you have it some certain kind of cooking utensils. What is that? Can anybody say, Jesse, Varshini? What kind of utensils you are seeing in your kitchen? They
Sir,
know.
aluminium.
So you are seeing major
Aluminium and brass utensils.
brass, copper, aluminium, etc., etc. You will see. Is it yes or no, Ashika? Respond. Yes. So that is what we can see. So by saying that metals are good conductors of heat, we can say that all the metals allow heat to pass through them very easily. Is this or no? They will allow heat to pass through them easily. So now that is why we can say metals are good conductors of heat. Sir, then how to prove this? Sir, what is there anything either metals are good conductors of heat and electricity or heat? Then coming to our kitchen, we can prove that we can prepare some food by using some cooking utensils like aluminium bowl, etc., etc. But in chemistry laboratory, they will ask you. Understanding that? So what is that? I think what is this, Yalni? You were speaking some other language. What is this? Tamila? It's okay. So now if you'll go to the chemistry lab, then how to prove? They will ask you, suppose in practical, prove that metals are good conductors of heat. Then what we people need to do means we have to take one stand, retard stand, and we have to fix some kind of aluminium rod. What we have to do? We have to take some retard stand, understanding, and we have to fix the aluminium rod like this exactly. We have to fix the aluminium rod with the help of some kind of a clamp. What is that? Some kind of a clamp. Now take some kind of a wax. Do you know, all the guys, you know wax, which is like a semi-solid? Yes or no? Wax is like a semi-solid. Now try to like a bubble gum, understanding. So try to stick, understanding, to some areas of the aluminium rod like this. You can see this is called as, understanding, wax, we can say. Now for that wax, try to insert the nails. What we have to do, Ra? We have to insert the nails. Understand, guys? We have to insert the nails like this. And now another corner of the aluminium rod, if you'll start heating with the help of burner, with the help of what? Burner, then you can see after certain time period, if you are burning the aluminium rod, if you start providing heating at left side, you can see slowly this wax will start melting and these iron nails will start falling down. Do you able to understand in this picture? Please respond, Pranita, Ashika, Harini. Yes or no? I think
Yes, sir.
not joined. Inform somebody in front of Bhumika. Are you there? Yes, very good. So that is what you should remember. So slowly it will start falling down. So means in the sense of what? Heat is transforming from left to right direction. Is it yes or no, guys? Please respond me. So heat is transforming from left to right direction, so that iron nails are falling slowly, because wax will gain the heat energy, so that it will start melting, so that iron nails which are stick to that glass rod, aluminium rod, will start falling down. So from this experiment, what we can do, guys? We can say that the aluminium rod is conducting what? It is the good conductor of what? Good conductor of heat. Understand? So that is what you have to remember here. So you can see not only this aluminum, most of the metals generally, all the good conductors of heat. Understand? We can say the conduction of heat also we can call it as, all of you should remember, the conduction of this one also we can heat. This is heat. Heat also we can call, you may be studying in lower classes also. Thermal, what we should call, guys? Thermal we should call. Class first chapter also we have been studied, correct or not? Thermal decomposition by heating. So that is why they are conducting heat. That is why this is called as thermal conductivity. What we should call, Ra? Thermal conductivity. Please all of you note it down. So metals are generally, they are the good conductors of heat. That is why they are conducting heat. So that also we can call them what? What them called, guys? Thermal conductivity. Understand, Ra? So if you take here like aluminum, iron rod, understand everything, every metal, most of the metals are good conductors of heat. Now among these, which is the best conductor? Anybody, any idea? Which is the best conductor of heat among all the metals? Please respond.
Copper, sir.
Best conductor? No. Which is the best conductor
Gold, sir. Sir, gold.
of heat among them? This is what I want. This is what in exam they will ask you. Which one? Iron. Wrong. Nitinath. Any other? Varshini, Deena, Dilipan, call to Pranav. Pranav is not there. Nitish. Nitish, respond me. Dilipan, Karthikeyan. Anybody can say. Arya.
Iron, sir.
No. Wrong. Best conductor of heat.
Sir,
Best
gold
conductor
or
of
silver?
heat is
Silver.
called as, somebody is saying, silver. What is that, Ra? Note it down.
Silver.
Very, very important bit. The best conductor of heat. That is what I am saying. Best conductor of electricity, again it will changes. So be very careful. So best conductor of heat. Whenever they are asking, what is the best conductor of heat? So means in the sense of, which metal, Ra? Silver. Understand? So now I have told you just now, I have told you some word. They are conducting heat. So the transfer of heat, what we should call, guys? What we should call, guys? Thermal conductivity. What we should call? Thermal conductivity. Now, in exam, Arvind, are you there in meeting? In exam, they will ask you which metal is. They won't ask you directly. Understand, Ashika? Remember, Pranita, everybody. They won't ask you directly here. Which is the best conductor of heat? They won't ask you. They will ask you indirectly. Which metal is the best thermal conductivity or else highest thermal conductivity? So, which metal is having highest thermal conductivity? Highest thermal conductivity. Which metal? Which metal, Ra? Which is having a best conductor? What is that? Highest thermal conductivity.
Silver, sir.
Which is equal.
Silver, sir.
Do you understand? Same question, two methods they are asking. Understand, Harini? Different methods they are asking. So you have to remember that. So this thing everybody knows because maybe teachers will teach you so that you maybe remember this. But the same thing we can call it as thermal conductivity. This is what the twisting question they will ask you. Because heating we can call it as thermal. So they will ask you highest thermal conductivity among the given below, which is having the highest thermal conductivity. Then which is the answer? Silver. That is, you should remember. Okay, Ra? Next, good conductors, very good conductors. Who is the very good conductors? Now you can say in our home, whatever you are using bowls. What is that? Two metals together. These are the best friends. What is that? Good conductors. Good conductor. Always they will be together.
Sir, aluminum and copper.
Aluminium.
Aluminum and copper.
Very good. Aluminium and copper. They are called as very good conductors of heat. Understand, guys? But we are not using silver bowls in our home. Why, Nitinath? Why we are not using silver bowls? Jesse? Pranita?
Sir, it is very costly, sir.
Very cost effective. That is the
It
reason.
is very costly, sir.
But we are using aluminum bowls and copper bowls, etc., etc. Why? They are cost cheaper than the silver, and they are very good conductors. We don't want best conductors also. We want very good conductors. So that is why you can see the cooking utensils and water boilers, etc., etc. Everything made up of what? Copper. Understand, Ra? Copper and aluminum metals, because they are very good conductors. That is the reason we are making what? Cooking utensils. Cooking utensils, understand, and as well as water boilers, thermal flask, etc., etc. In our home, do you have a thermal flask, tea flask, coffee flask, etc.? Anybody? Please respond me.
Sir.
That flask
Sir.
inside is that? It is made with this only. Understand? Inside a copper metal, something will be there where it cannot prevent. Understand? It can store the same heat. Sir, why there? You can see inside they will create vacuum. Class 8 you will study the internal structure of thermal flask. They will create the vacuum, and inside they will create the silver coating. What they will create? Silver coating. Understand? You can check it next time. Silver coating will be inside, so that heat, understanding, will be stored inside. Maximum heat they can fill, and outside they can create a vacuum. So as we know that vacuum is a poor conductor of heat or a good conductor of heat. Vacuum, poor conductor of heat. What is that? Poor conductor of heat. Understand, guys? Respond me. That is, you should remember. So like that, the thermal flask also will work. So basically cooking utensils, water boilers, and all the kinds of copper water bottles and etc. Wherever we want, like you can see grills and all. This chicken 65, this and all, they will make a grilled chicken and all. That is all they will make made with copper and silver only. Understanding? Silver, metal or aluminum only, because they are the best and good conductors of what? Conductors of heat. Yes or no? Please tell me. Now, here my question is, if suppose I will ask you an exam, highest thermal conductivity, then you can say, what is the metal ra? Which is the highest thermal conductivity? Respond me.
Silver.
Now, in exam they will ask you, which is the poorest thermal conductivity, or which is the poor conductor of heat? Anybody can say? Among all the metals. Among all the metals, poor conductor of heat, lowest thermal conductivity. Anybody? If you don't know this, then no use. I am saying you. Poor conductor of heat. Anybody? Class 8 also I have taught you. Remember, that is called as lead. What you should call it? Lead. Understand, guys? Lead symbol is PB. What is the symbol of lead? PB. Remember that. This is called as what? Poor conductor of heat. Will you able to remember? Note it down, everybody. Akhil Arfan, understand, Akhil? Nitish? No response. That is, which is having the lowest thermal conductivity?
Yes, sir.
Lead. Understand? So now you can take mercury metal also along with the poor conductor of heat, lead, and also one more poor conductor of heat. That is what we can say. What is that? Mercury, Hg. What is that? Mercury, also poor conductor of heat. So this is all about how a metal conduct heat. So you can take you can say here. Now we will discuss, sir, how they will conduct they will conduct heat. That is what my question. Sir, you are saying silver is the best conductor of heat and lead and mercury are the poor conductor of heat. Sir, now they will ask you question, how the heat is conducting among these metals. That is what my question. Now observe very carefully. That is what we want also now here. If you'll observe here, energy, what will happen means, metal conducts heat. All the metals, most of the metals, they will conduct heat. Now, what will happen means, when a metal is heated, so as we know, metal is made up of water. Different atoms. Is it yes or no, guys? Every metal is made up of same kind of atoms. Is it yes or no? If you take the silver contains what? All the silver metals. If you take copper, all the copper atoms. If you take the aluminum, all aluminum atoms. If you take the iron, all iron atoms will be there. Is it yes or no? Please respond me. Yes or no? So now let us take this silver metal. So silver metal is made up of what, guys? Silver atoms. Is it yes or no? Now, if I will start heating this one, then what will happen means, these atoms will gain the energy. What will happen? These atoms will gain the energy and they will transfer. Understanding? They gain the energy and they will start vibrating each other. Vibration will take place. Understand, Ra? Vibration, to and from motion they will do. More and more vibration will take place because of heating. Kinetic energy is increasing. What is happening, guys? Which energy is increasing? Kinetic energy increases. So that what will happen? Molecules will start vibrating vigorously. What do you mean by vigorously? Anybody? What do you mean by vigorously? Very randomly. Understanding, Ra? Respond me. Vigorously means much faster, uncontrollable rate. They will start vibrating. More vibrating, more heat transfer. Less vibrating, less heat transfer. Remember that. So when we are providing heat, they will gain the energy. Atoms will gain the energy and they will start vibrating vigorously. Understand, Ra? Now, if they are vibrating, then what will happen, Ra? Suppose if you touch the hot spoon, the heat is transforming to your hand or not? Respond me, yaar. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Same way, when the particles, when the atoms are vibrating, then the heat energy is transferred. Understanding? The energy is transferred to the electrons which are present inside them. Understand, guys? That is the most important. Here is the chemistry. Till here, physics. Now chemistry will involve. So that heat energy is transferred to whom, Ra? Heat energy is transferred to the electrons which are present in the atoms. Understand, guys? Please respond me. Now, these electrons, they can move through the metal from one place to another place. These electrons can move from one place to another place. They only will carry the heat energy. What will happen, guys? The flow of electrons will carry what? Heat energy. Understand, guys? Now, whenever these electrons, this is what the chemical phenomena. So, these electrons will gain the heat energy, and these electrons only, they will become what? Now, if they will gain energy, they will become what? Energetic electrons. What we should call, guys? What we should call, guys? Energetic. Understand, Ra? Energetic electrons, and they can move through the metal. So these energetic electrons, and they will transfer the energy to the other electrons and other atoms of the metal. That is, you should remember. So whatever the energetic electrons, first they will gain the heat energy, they will vibrate fastly, and they will share the energy to the other electrons of other atoms of a metal. Do you understand, Ra, Nitish? Akhil Arfa? That is what you should understand. So that they transfer the energy to the other electrons and atoms of the metal, and something, remember, some distance, and like that, every atoms, they will exchange this heat energy from one atom to another atom, one atom to another atom. That is how they will transfer the heat energy. Do you understand, guys? Please respond me.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you may be asking me, sir, then what about the poor conductors of heat? Their vibration is less. So the electrons gain the less energy from the understanding heat, so that the transfer of heat is very slow. So more vibration, more faster. Less vibration, less faster. Will you able to remember, guys? Respond me. More vibrating, more heat transfer. Less vibrating, less heat transfer. So that is what I can say. If atoms are vibrating more, then they will gain the more heat energy, so that electrons also will become highly energetic, and they will transfer much faster rate the heat, so that they are called as best conductors of heat. Any doubt in this? Ask me. So who is the best conductor? Highest thermal conductivity? Who is having highest thermal conductivity? Silver. And poor conductors of heat are called as lead and mercury. Everybody remember this without. Very, very important, this one. So this is all about it. Any doubt in this property? Respond me. Nitinath? Clear? No.
Yes, sir.
Let us go. This is the third property. I hope all of you understand. Here only 2 MCQs are important. 3 MCQs are important. One is highest thermal conductivity, lowest thermal conductivity. Next, very good conductors, and how the energy is transforming. So this is what you should remember. So who is actually transforming the heat? Who is actually transforming the heat, Arvind? Electrons. Who is transforming heat? Electrons, which is present in the atoms. That is what you should remember. So this is the third property of physical properties of metals. Now what is the fourth property? Anybody? What is the fourth property? Metals are
Conductors of
Conductors of electricity.
conductors of electricity. Now, class 10th physics you already studying. So, electricity, good conductors of electricity means what is the resistance? Let me combine physics with the chemistry. So, what about the resistance? Resistance is more or less? Good conductors means resistance is less. That is why they are the good conductors. Understand, Bhumika? They are less. Understanding, Pranav? They are the less. They are all the metals having very low resistance. That is why they are the good conductors of electricity. Now, let us see. We are already we know that by saying that metals are good conductors of electricity. So means in the sense of what? The metals are allowing electricity easily or difficultly, Ra? They can pass the electricity or electric current very easily. Is it yes or no, guys? Please respond me. They will allow electric current easily through them. That is why we can say these are the good conductors of electricity. So now to prove this, we can do one activity also. This is what you are doing from your childhood. That is what in electricity chapter, a simple electric circuit. So can anybody say simple electric circuit contains what? Dina, Pranav, anybody? Simple electric circuit contains. Yalni, respond if you speak only.
Positive terminal,
Yeah.
negative terminal, two terminals, one is positive, one is
First,
negative.
you must have some dry cell, correct? You must have some dry cell. Is it yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You must have some dry cell. Next one is what? Next one is what?
Bulb.
Some bulb and some connecting wires. Correct or not, Ra? Yes or no? Now you observe very carefully. So we'll make some small electric circuit to prove that metals are good conductors of electricity. This is the activity already you have been done in class 8 also. So we will take now. So for example, one eraser. You know people, eraser and pencil you leave it. Metals only we're discussing, correct? So let me take some iron clip or else your safety pin. Now if you'll observe safety pin and rubber, you will keep in place of in between the two positive and negative terminal. So where the bulb will glow, Ra? Where the bulb will glow? In the case of where the bulb will glow? Please respond me.
In metal.
Just wait, Ra. It is hanging. Can you able to hear me? Please respond me. So, all of you can able to hear me? Yeah. So now this is the simple activity which you people are doing from the lower classes. Is it yes or